Breaking news from Saudi Arabia. Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, knocked out cold. Unbelievable. In the words of Anthony Joshua, should he hang it up? Look, it's his choice. If he wants to fight, fight. If he doesn't want to fight anymore, he should retire. We're going to dive into this, guys. That's right. Breaking news. Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, knocked out again, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not familiar with the Bronze Bomber, listen. He's got one of the best knockout ratios in the heavyweight division, or all of boxing. Not just the heavyweight division, all of boxing. 43 wins with 42 knockouts. And it should have been a 43rd. But he finds himself picking himself up off of the canvas tonight as he is stopped in the 5th round by Zhang Zhang, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Now, if you didn't watch the fight, let me get you caught up. Yes, this is the Tennis Network, but I say it all the time. Saturdays were made for championship fights and championship tennis. Let's go back, guys. The Bronze Bomber. He is a Golden Gloves champion. A United States Golden Gloves national champion. He won bronze at the 2008 Beijing Games. That's right, guys. That's why he's called the Bronze Bomber. He's got amazing knockout ratio. We've seen him knock out some of the best heavyweights. But let's go back when things started to unravel. That's right, guys. Let's go back to maybe 2018, right? Should we? Los Angeles Staples Center. I was there, ladies and gentlemen. It went down. The robbery of the decade, up to that point at least. The Bronze Bomber knocks down Tyson Fury. Not only did the ref cheat and let him beat the count, the fight should have been over. It went to the cards. I've never seen someone pick themselves up off the canvas twice and get a draw. You're telling me Deontay Wilder did not win at least 2 more rounds in that fight? Listen, that was ridiculous. That's when things started to unravel. He'd go back to the drawing board and fight Luis Ortiz, who, look, everyone's been ducking him. He knocked him out. Stopped him cold. And the rematch, 2020, Tyson Fury. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to the knockout. Tyson Fury is a cheater, in my opinion. And he lost to Usyk. He should have. He cheated, guys. We saw the illegal wraps there. The boxing commission did nothing about it. Illegal wraps, guys. Both fights. A cheater. We saw the illegal holding, the illegal hitting behind the ear, the side of the head. The ref did nothing. Why? Because he was the cash out. He was the cash out, the cash cow. He was the guy they wanted to market. Knocked out in the 7th round by Tyson Fury, 2020. Rematch, knocked out in the 11th round. Tyson Fury in one of those fights came in over 30 pounds heavier than Wilder. Hugged him. Hit him illegally, illegal wrapped gloves. The boxing commission did nothing about it. We saw the photos. There's evidence. There's millions of cameras that showed the illegal wraps. He was literally punching him with his fists. That's ridiculous. That's when things started to unravel. Okay, there was talks about a mega fight comparable to Mayweather-Pacquiao between Wilder and Joshua. That's not going to happen, guys. If you have the talent and the ability to make these fights as a boxer, you have to make them. Get the payday. Decide who's the best. Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, i.e. Mayweather, Pacquiao. It happened. We was there. The tickets were $5,000 a pop. We went to it. We had a good time, but it came too late. Several years too late. Now, Wilder, guys. Recently, we saw him lose to Joseph Parker. Unanimous decision. Who, look, huge underdog, what, nearly 5-1 underdog, cash cow Parker. Easy pick there. He's a pure boxer. He's a clean boxer. And we'll get to Wilder in a minute, guys. But the WTO international title and the WBC International Heavyweight Championship, Parker has those now. Wilder that was his last chance, if you ask me, but again, in Saudi Arabia. Now, he looked good in between those fights, the losses of Fury and Parker. He took out Bob Helenas, knocked him out in the first, who beat Adam Kawasaki, who from Poland, we thought he was the big thing. He turned out to be a buster. That's right, a buster, ladies and gentlemen, from Poland. Send him back to Poland. But Wilder won that fight, loses to Parker in Saudi Arabia, and we all know the Saudis that's where the cash is, ladies and gentlemen. That's where everyone's going these days for fights and professional matches. That's where the payday is. This fight's in Saudi Arabia again. We know how this one's going to end. Knocked out in the fifth. That's right, Deontay Wilder knocked out in the fifth by Zhang. How did he do it? Well, it looked like Wilder thought he possibly got hit behind the head with an illegal blow. He stopped to look at the ref, and that was it, ladies and gentlemen. Knocked him out cold. We say in boxing, you guys know I'm a former boxer. I've been around Wilder. I got plenty of pictures with Wilder. He's a great guy. You guys don't know his daughter was born with spina bifida. That's right, spina bifida. That's a condition where essentially she had holes in her spine. You know, spina bifida, however you pronounce that. I've never heard of it before until this case, but that's where his daughter was born with holes in her spine. They said she would never walk. What did Wilder do? He did what any man should do, a real man. That's why he's been my heavyweight champion. He's my champion regardless, win or lose, whether he chooses to fight or retire. What did he do? He worked 2 jobs at Wendy's and Burger King. He worked all the fast food jobs he could just to pay his daughter's doctor bills. He's working 3 jobs to make ends meet. And still boxing in the meantime. This guy he's a class act, right? The things that he did to make sure his daughter would have just life. He's an amazing man in my opinion. But we got a saying in boxing, and look, I've been around him. I got pictures with him. I think he's an amazing person as well. He puts on the persona coming out to the ring with the fancy costumes and the trash talk, but he really is a genuinely nice guy, and that I can confirm, okay? But listen, guys, we got a saying in boxing, protect yourself at all times, and when he turned around here, Zhang just clocked him cold. That's it. Lights out. Should Wilder retire? Should he hang it up? And listen, guys, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm sad, but I'm excited. I'm excited for Zhang. I'm excited for Zhang. He got the victory here. But should Wilder hang it up? And this was history. These 2 guys have never done business. You know, that should have told you something right there. Yeah, these 2 guys have Matchroom. They've never done business together. But they came together for this mega fight. Should Wilder retire? I felt that when Mayweather offered to coach him, he should have accepted that offer. We all know in the boxing community that he's been an unconventional champion, very sloppy style. He leans forward with all his power. If he just sat down on his punches, he could have been a more efficient. And look, you know, maybe I shouldn't say that he could have been a more efficient knockout artist because he's arguably the best knockout artist in the history of boxing. But I think he could have at least been a better fighter, more technical, working on his defense, blocking, slipping punches, but his jab, you know, sticking the jab out, pulling it back, getting ready for defense. I just felt that with his long legs, he's just vulnerable on the inside. Very vulnerable on the inside. You know, his reach and his arm's length made it a weapon with that jab that he never utilized. He never made it a staple in his game. And Mayweather agreed. He offered to coach him for free just to work on his jab a lot. I just felt he should have made coaching changes after maybe the first Fury loss, even though Fury cheated. He should have made big changes in his camp. I just think that was his downfall. You know, he didn't change anything from rematch to rematch. He knocked out Fury twice. Fury came in bigger, and all he did was hold him up against the ropes. 30 pounds up against the ropes over the course of a 12-round fight is going to wear you down. That's a lot of extra weight you're carrying around, jabbing you on the body, you know, working just cheap shots while he's holding. Just wore him down. Wilder's legs are very skinny. He doesn't have the lower body weight to keep him up. You know, when you got a 270-pound heavyweight just leaning on you. I thought this was a bad fight, but nonetheless, business-wise, I guess it was lucrative and made sense to him. This is probably his retirement package. I think he's done. I mean, he said he was done after the second Fury fight, you know. He said he was done after the Parker fight. So to come back and keep fighting these circus matches, I think he's got to go out with grace. That's a bad way to go out. We saw Bernard Hopkins, someone else who's just a pleasure to be around. A boxing legend, one of the best fighters from Philly. It's very tough to see these greats go out like that. And we talk about the Mike Tyson Paul fight that was canceled today because Mike's got an ulcer or something like that. That's a circus fight. If Mike doesn't stop him in the first 3 rounds, I'd say even the second round, he's probably going to get knocked out. Mike doesn't have the stamina, guys. He didn't have the stamina 20, 25 years ago. He's not going to have it now. Mike Tyson does not have the stamina to fight these fights, these young guys. This guy's like 28 years old on all types of PEDs, you know? But it's a cash cow fight. You know, if he can go in there and at least not get knocked out, whatever's in the contract, we don't know what's in the contract. The contract could be for, the fight to go the distance and be a draw. It could be for, player A to not hit player B as hard as he could. Whatever's in the contract, we'll never know. That's between these two camps. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. But this is a fight here where I think Wilder's got to hang it up. I think he's been a respectable knockout artist, a respectable and feared. Joshua ducked this guy for so long. Fury ducked him for so long. He's been a feared heavyweight. And to see him go out on his back like this, it's sad. Wilder loses, but the Saudis win again. Deontay Wilder knocked out. Should he retire, guys? I think that's the end of the Bronze Bomber. One more time. One more time. You want one more time? Bomb Squad!